You're listening to the Level Best Network.
This is the INTERCOT Insider Live, episode 174. Happy New Year! The INTERCOT Insider Live is brought to you by Magical Journeys, the official travel agency of INTERCOT.com and our partner for most of our time online. Give them a call, send them a text message, shoot them an IM or DM.
Don't shoot them.
Good. Yeah.
I don't know. Do people still do that?
Slide into their DMs.
I'm old. Anyway, yeah, contact Nancy and crew over at Magical Journeys and start planning your next Walt Disney World vacation now with free dining. Woo!
Hooray!
I know. Big news. Wait, that should have been. Yeah, wait. This just in. Free dining. Free dining. Woohoo!
Yummy.
Is it really free though?
Not
the old.
You sounded like my
debate.
6th grade teacher.
Do you want? Yeah, really. Do you want me to give some details about that?
There is no such thing as a free lunch.
That's right.
Okay.
From January 2nd to February 10th, you can get a free dining plan with the purchase of a non-discounted 3-night or 3-day minimum travel package. That includes a room and your tickets, but you have to have a park hopper. I don't know if they had that before.
Is it really? You have to have it. You have to.
Yeah,
hop
it says
parks.
Disney Resort Hotel and a ticket with a park hopper option
because they're expensive.
Yeah, the offer is available for arrivals from May 27th to June 26th, and then there's a little pause for Independence Day, and then July 7 to August 6.
I mean, I like having the park hopper generally, but it does add significant expense.
Yeah.
To a vacation.
So that's like a 2-month window.
Yeah,
I guess
end of May to the end of June. So basically all of June, and then all of July. There's just a little nugget weekend in the middle.
That doesn't.
Yeah.
All right.
But it has to be a non-discounted resort stay, and you have to buy your tickets as part of the package. So you got to weigh out because sometimes they have like a room only discount.
Right.
And you might save more just booking your room and then buying your ticket separately and then paying for your food out of pocket. You might actually be better to do that, but I feel like people like the convenience of the free dining plan because then then it's like, oh, we can just eat as much as you want. And
I think so too. I think that's usually, it's not me certainly, but I think there are folks out. Why is Ian commenting on our own podcast? Hi, Ian. Oh, it's this Ian. Wait, which Ian is it? I'm not sure.
Contemplative.
So on the screenshot John posted, I'm like
very, very confused,
staring off into space. Very like I'm pondering the
for those that
don't
know. Yeah, you can comment on any one of our platforms, and the comments will show up, and then sometimes we post them during the show. But back to the point, I think the folks who do this sort of thing really do enjoy the fact that they don't have to think about how much a meal is going to cost or whatever. It's what, just you go, you do, how many things you get at each place, and
it is
you max out.
A lot of food.
It is. That's just not me. I can't do that.
And if you have little kids in your family that are they have to have the ticket and the whole thing if they're over 3 years old. But you're looking at like a free snack per day, which you could
Right.
use for your breakfast. You can go and
Right.
get a bagel or something from your resort. Then you get like a quick service. Maybe you want that for lunch, so just a counter service place.
Yeah.
But the dinner is like, unless they've changed it, is like big sit
Huge.
down dinner with desserts
Huge.
and everything.
Yeah.
And
Nah,
I
no,
just know
I
that
don't think dessert's included anymore.
no,
I might be wrong. It's either you get a nap and dinner or dinner and dessert. I don't remember
something like
which
that.
one.
But it's
Yeah.
so much food, and I know that
Yeah.
in the past when
What?
you've
Like,
had
I don't
free
understand
dining,
that at all. Like, I've heard this argument before. Like, what do you eat normally? Like, it's just a meal. Like,
no, no,
it's
no, no, no.
chicken
But
and
like when you have
broccoli
little,
and like,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
eat the dessert if you don't want
No,
it.
I
Like,
get that.
I don't
I
understand this
feel like the
logic at all. It's
portions.
too much food. Like,
It
no, it's
is.
just a meal. Like,
But
Here's
like
the
little
thing.
kids will be like, I want 3 bites
the
of
little
mac and
kids,
cheese. And
they don't cost the same, and you get them a kid's meal. They don't eat like an
Okay,
adult platter. Like,
I find that the portion sizes
well,
across
portion
America, but
sizes at
at Disney,
restaurants in America are absurd
they
anywhere you
are.
go. Like, yeah.
And even
I mean,
like
that's
at the
why we're
quick
fat. Like,
service,
that's why
even at the
Americans are
quick
fat.
service, I order like a kid's meal. And
yeah,
and that's like more than enough food. So then if you go to like, oh, I'm going to go to Tony's Town Square for dinner tonight. I'm going to get this giant massive bowl of pasta that I'm probably going to eat a third of. And then the next night be like, "Oh my god, I'm still full from like all the food yesterday." And like, but we have this table service
Yeah, that's the
credit we got to
problem with it.
use, and I'm not
Yeah.
even hungry. I
Yeah.
just feel like I would rather go with the flow and be like,
I-
"Are you hungry?" No, I'm not hungry. Okay, well
I
then
did,
we'll
but
just
you
get
know,
snacks for supper.
I think the nice thing about it is, I mean, you are going out to table service restaurants and things like that,
Mhm.
and so you get to order the meals you want to order from there. You're not like on a restricted menu, right? You just get an
Right.
entree and
I
blah,
Yes.
think
blah,
it's
blah.
great for people who like
Yeah.
don't go to Disney very often. Whereas I feel like having gone so much, it's like,
Well, you
maybe I'll
got your
go
favorites,
off-site,
right?
or yeah.
Yeah, and plus you've got your favorites. So I might want to go here or there, or depending on where I am at the time, I sort of just
Yeah.
hop in one place or hop in
Right.
another, or at
Exactly.
night
It does.
I might skip dinner because I decided to have 3 Mickey
Late.
bars in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
You know?
It does require a lot of planning in
Reservations.
advance because
Yeah.
you're going to need all your dining reservations. So if 6 o'clock on Thursday rolls around and you're like, I'm still full from lunch, but we have to go to
Right.
the
But we
Liberty
have this
Tree because we
meal.
got this reservation. So let's go. Yeah. But
Boy, we're doing a
like
good
you
job
said-
of selling this, aren't we?
no, but I was just going to say the
Yeah.
nice thing is you can go to a fancier restaurant and
Mhm.
get like the humongous steak and stuff that maybe if you were paying
Right.
out of pocket, you'd be like, no, that's a $40 steak. I don't want that.
I think that's an advantage right there. Like being able to go to some of these restaurants and be able to get maybe the higher end item that's on the
Yeah.
menu. And if you're like, well, last night I got this and I spent a lot of money here, so I don't think I ought to. Well, you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that. And I
I
think
think
also,
you guys are like dramatically in the minority on this. Like, for most people who vacation in Disney World, the restaurants and the dining is part of the experience.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
people
I
go and they're like, well, I'm going to eat at Tepanito this night, and I'm going to eat here this
Yeah,
other
I
night, and
think
I'm
you're
going to
right.
eat here. Like, and if you're going to do that anyway, like, you might as well get the dining package 'cause
at this
it's
point,
cheaper.
yeah.
If you're
Well-
not somebody who's going to eat the food, don't waste your money. But like, I
That's
think
the
the vast
thing. I think-
majority of people who
I'm
go,
a very fussy eater too. And
Well,
I would
you're-
never
yeah,
go
you're-
to
you
I
would
wouldn't go
never-
to Tepanito,
Yeah,
like
you would never get your money's worth on
No.
this.
No,
No,
she
no.
gets
But I-
her
but I
chicken
think you
fingers
were-
everywhere.
I
You're
think
like-
you were onto something though, where if you're certainly new to going there or you don't go there very often, it is part of the experience, like Ian said, and like you said, Carolyn. It just people are planning stuff anyway. If you've not been there, because you're forced to do it now, you have to plan every last second and every attraction and everything you want to do. So I think for those people, this fitting everything in and planning where you're going to go to dinner and being able to eat what you want to eat, it's part of the experience. And I think, is it worth it in the end, who knows? I mean, I think certainly for people like me and the nation of Canada, and probably Ian too, no, it wouldn't be, generally speaking. But it's all what you want out of a vacation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just a budget conscious
Yeah, I've
tourist.
gotten worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus our Canadian dollar is so horrible right now too, but that's another story. But yeah, so I'm like, well, maybe I don't need to have the
Yeah.
steak dinner.
Just save a toonie or a loony or whatever you guys have up there. You have toonie loonies.
I
Our
have both.
family used to
Do
do
you?
like
Okay.
in a 1-week trip, we might do one character meal
Yeah.
and one other sit down, and the rest of the time we would just do. But we're cheapskates, so.
Or we'll go off site and go to Cracker Barrel
Yeah, that's a
or
real
Olive
thrill
Garden.
for
We don't have
Canadians.
those up here.
Yeah, I don't feel like many people who are going to Disney World go off site.
No, true.
Like that
You need a
haven't been
vehicle,
there
too.
a lot.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need a vehicle.
I mean, I feel like that again. They're
Yeah.
there to experience what's going on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're not
But
heading
for
to
nerds
to
like
Pizza
us
Hut down the way.
go all the time.
Yeah, exactly. This is true. So, anyway, if you're interested in booking your next vacation, regardless, it is the new year, head on over to magicaljourneystravel.com and speak with Nancy and company, whoever your favorite is over there. There's a lot of great agents that work with Nancy at Magical Journeys. So, and get planning. Costs you nothing.
No, it costs nothing to use them. Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you use it? I mean,
That's right.
I'm just saying. So anyway, yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up, but I brought it up. So there you go. Free dining. But essentially we just wanted to get together. It's a new year. It's yet another season of the INTERCOT Insider Live. We had a lot of stuff that went on in the past year, including a new website coming online. Thanks again to Carolyn for doing a ton of work behind the scenes on that. Oh my goodness, would never have gotten it done without her. So that's on there. Our social media platforms have been growing and stuff at a pretty rapid pace, which is nice for being online as long as we've been.
Mm-hmm.
But we just kind of wanted to get together and look back sort of at the past year and maybe then get out the magical INTERCOT consulting crystal ball and sort of look at the year ahead and maybe talk about what we think's going to happen, what we think's not going to happen, what we think will be delayed, canceled, or whatever real quickly, and that sort of thing. But first up, wanted to talk about, and these are questions for the panel here of Ian, Carolyn, and Jen. What your favorite Disney moment this past year was? Oh, wow.
I have one.
Hold on. Wait, chiming in.
First.
Okay, Jen. Jen puts in her card. Wow.
Oh, I love that. So we mentioned in the last podcast that we just got back from going with our dad to celebrate his 80th birthday.
Oh, yes.
And I think one of the cutest things that happened on that trip was we took him to see the Country Bear Jamboree.
Really?
And, yes. And it's the new show, which I actually think is cute. I thought it was going to be horrible, but it's actually kind of cute. And he was so excited watching the show. Like, I was more enthralled watching my dad than watching the show because he got his phone out and he was taking pictures of the bear.
Because that's one of
the
attractions he remembers from the last time he was there, like a long time ago.
Okay.
So, and like the animal heads on the wall that talk, like he was just giggling up a storm and watching that. And it was just so cute. And like he was taking photographs, not even video. Photographs of like the bear and like the heads on the wall, and it was just really cute. Like it was kind of childlike,
My family was laughing too because we went on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run with him.
Okay.
And he was in the Han Solo chair. And so I'm videoing
Oh.
him because he was a terrible pilot.
Was he crashing into
Yeah,
everything?
crashing into everything. And so I took this video of him, and I've said this a lot of times in my family that there's certain mannerisms that he does that does really remind me of Harrison Ford.
Mhm.
And he does sometimes get like that gravelly voice that Harrison and like anyways, his mannerisms. So here he is, he's Han Solo flying the Millennium Falcon, and it's like chaos outside, and he's just like so calm flying around, and it's just like there's explosions all around him.
Like
Anyway.
hitting the bridges,
Yeah,
going
yeah, but
under,
he's
just
still like
banging
gotta
into
do
walls and stuff. Oh, this is just fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
oh, great.
So yes, that's a good memory, Jen, that you picked.
I like that one. That is good. And to your point too, in the new Country Bear show, I think they added a little more lines to the
Like the
guys
heads
on the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which I always thought was underutilized anyway. So, by the way, Ian, was your computer updating or something?
I don't know what that was. Yeah,
you go like Windows Update. Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
you were
must have been running in the background. I was like, I was like, very do the robot. Yeah,
you're almost doing that like
it
that guy on TikTok that does the audio animatronic, the Disney.
How does he do that?
That's pretty good, actually.
Is he like taking like a stop motion?
So
or
what
is
I
he
think
just really good at like making
no. I think you've got it. So in high school, North Penn, by the way, in telecom
Mr.
with
Cardellino, baby.
Mr. Cardellino, and
shout out to Earl Cardellino.
Earl Cardellino, and what was the other guy? There's the guy that taught the classroom side.
First year.
Oh, I can't remember.
It was all Earl after that.
Yeah, but anyway, so we learned, we were doing stop motion. So we actually had film cameras, and we would take 1, 2, 3 clicks or actual frames, and then we would move it 1, 2, 3 frames, click 1, 2, 3
That's
frames.
a lot of film.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and it was a big thing. Again, I think I told this story before, but our teacher bet us that none of us would be able to get through doing that without getting a hand in, because you were trying to get it done really quick. So somebody would move it, click, 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 clear, click, 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 click. Right. You keep moving stuff, right? And no one had ever done it. My group did it, and he had to take us out to dinner, which was awesome. So, but the reason why I brought that up is that guy who does this sort of stop motion look. I think there is a camera filter, whatever, that essentially is taking a picture every 3 seconds and animating
of those, like Rudolph?
Yeah, he was doing the Rankin Bass stuff.
Rankin Bass.
Yeah, and he like
Ray Harryhausen, if you want to go way back, John.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he does. And
it's like all jumpy, like he's a.
I mean, to be honest with you, nowadays it could just be an AI effect you could apply from.
It could be
one of any number of AI.
Whatever it is, he's got it down, and he had the movements down and stuff. But he also does audio animatronic stuff from Disney World as well. So
he was doing the hitchhiking ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
So anyway, if you get a chance, look him up. If I remember, I'll try and pull his username or something and put it in the show notes or something. What were we talking about? I have no idea.
Our favorite memories.
We were talking about Larry.
Memories. Yeah, Larry. So Carolyn or Ian, what about you guys?
Go ahead.
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. So, my little travel buddy, my daughter Juliana, we will often take just the two of us. We'll take off for like a long weekend to Florida. And that's nice, Dawn. You guys brought a great experience for Larry. Dawn got to meet our dad.
Nice.
I did too.
Yes, you did.
I had the privilege of meeting Larry.
Juliana and I, we will go on these little weekend trips, and usually we have some goal that we're going to do. Like sometimes we're going to find all the pins for such and such a set or whatever, and it'll just be like our little thing. So her goal in the summer, and Justin and Dawn were there for this. Julie had a budget, and she's got this thing for blue slushies. I don't know what it is, but if you go to a restaurant that they sell the drink as blue slushies, she will buy the blue slushies. She just loves blue slushies for whatever reason.
Okay.
any place on Disney property that sells blue slushies. She even has like the Club Cool. Theirs is kind of a creamier blue slushy,
Blue
but then
slush.
if you
Ooh.
go here, it's more of like an icy kind of blue slush. Anyway, so her thing was to get a blue slushy at every single location that she could, and like her tongue and lips for the whole trip were blue. Yes, Dawn knows. Dawn saw her purchasing many blue slushies on that trip we were hanging out with Justin and Dawn. Anyways, so we went into the Pinocchio Village House, which sells blue slushies.
I did not
And
know that.
they do.
Now I
And
do.
we didn't do like mobile order or anything because Julie had her little wallet of American cash that us Canadians bring
Oh,
down with us. So
exciting.
so
Called our Florida wallet.
yeah,
That's
we
what
have our
call it.
Florida
Our
wallet.
Florida wallet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
That's
we
funny.
stood in line. It was a really long line to not do mobile order, like when you have to go to the cashier.
Sure.
And when you get up to a certain point, there's a cast member that's like, okay, you can go to till number 2. Okay, you go to till number 4. They direct you because it was busy. And we got up there and we were just making conversation, and Julie's mouth is already
Oh no, it's already blue.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, so here's a menu. Do you know what you guys want to order? She's just making conversation. And we're like, oh, yeah, we're just getting a blue slushie for this one. And she's like, that's all you want? And we're like, yeah. And she's like, oh, come with me. And she like butts everybody out of the way and
Oh,
takes
really?
us up to the counter and gets like this I don't even think it's the normal cup that they come in, but she got this massive cup of blue slushie for Julie. And she's like, just take it. Just go. So we got a free blue slushie.
Wow. You had a magical moment.
A magical blue slushy moment. Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, Juliana is 16.
Yeah, she's not like a 5-year. No, she's 17 now.
Oh, sorry.
But she likes her blue slushies. So who am I?
So
to
does she
argue?
do the blue milk then? Or
No.
no? Oh,
That's
That's
not blue
verboten?
that's an abomination for her.
wow.
You can
Okay.
get one at Cosmic Rays that I believe is Sully Slush, I think it's called, and it's blue and purple.
Does that
Sort
Kinda
count?
of
layered.
mixed, all layered in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is considered one of the blue slushies.
A layered slushy. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
like 2 different
Really?
colors. Yeah. You know,
Uh,
like when you go to 7-Eleven and you want the thing and you mix all the different colors
Oh,
together.
I don't mix them.
Oh no, you got
I liked it for a while. They
Swamp
had
water.
the actual cup at 7-Eleven that you could have one side one flavor and
yeah,
one side the
yeah,
other
yeah.
flavor. That
Yeah.
was
No,
that
you
was
can
high tech.
layer and mix
No,
and
layering it.
swirl. No?
I mean, yeah, I get that when it's pina colada and strawberry
Strawberry
daiquiri
daiquiri?
together, but
That's
if it's
called
just
a Miami Vice.
it is, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Thank you. I've had many of those over the past year.
But yeah, that was our nice little thing this year is she got her free
nice.
giant blue slushie. So yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Ian?
Let's see. I mean,
yeah.
mine's a little. It's hard to, like.
Yeah, because you live there.
mine- yeah.
I mean,
Was it seeing Ralph Macchio? That would be one of mine.
Yes. I mean, so I love Candlelight Processional, so that's always a highlight of my Disney year. I mean, honestly, it's not really necessarily Disney related, but I mean, it's like for us anyway. It was great when Justin and Dawn relocated down here. We get to go out and we'll go out and hit Trader Sam's, or we'll go to get dinner somewhere. So it's good to have like another sort of Disney couple that we can go do Disney things with and have a good time. And they went to the Candlelight Processional with us when we saw somebody. I don't even remember who it was. Gary Sinise, maybe. I don't remember. So it was just nice having, because we're not from around these parts, obviously. So, and it's hard to when you, especially now when you don't like work in an office, it's kind of you don't really have
buddies, friends.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of
Yeah.
opportunity to meet a lot of people. So it was good when they moved down here. We enjoyed their company a lot. So I'll go with that for my
nice.
my kind of Disney highlight for.
That's a good one. Then mine's going to sound pretty familiar then.
What's
I think.
yours?
Well, mine was when my wife and I went down there to, I think, we were covering an event or whatever, but and stayed there, but then ended up going out to dinner spending some time with Dawn and Justin, going to Steakhouse 71 and, chilling there. And then going to the Magic Kingdom and hanging out with Dawn, Justin, also with Ian and his wife, Trish. So, I mean, it was just nice. And my wife came along with me, which is, one of those things that doesn't happen a lot when we were going to Disney press events and things like that. And as a family, we hadn't, since the kids have grown up, we haven't gone as much, and gone down there as much together. But, so it was nice to be able to hang out, like you said, Ian, because, I work remotely now. And my wife owns a business where it's here in the house. And, it is. And we moved to a strange place 10 years ago here, Hilton Head. And, it's tough making adult friends. It just is. Unless you're involved in something. I mean, we're now involved with the cat place and stuff. But yeah, no, it was great. And honestly, I think it was fun to find out as an adult that we could have fun there again. And we weren't rushed, and we did things we wanted to do, and we hung out at the resort, and we went and ate meals, and, we didn't feel like we had to do anything, yet we still did a bunch of really cool stuff and rode some cool rides and took advantage of this system the best as we could. And, I think everything worked out great. And we like I said, it was almost like an awakening to my wife that, hey, we can actually have fun here again. Because we went for a while during awful times of the year to go because of our kids and stuff and because of school and things like that. And, it grates on you. We tried going for New Year's once and, that didn't work out very well. So I think it was just nice to realize that even in the craziness of plan this, plan that, have this ticket, have that ticket, app this, park reservations and all that kind of stuff, you could still have fun. And we did.
Yeah, it's a totally different experience when you don't have to go at your kid's pace.
Yeah. And by the way, we didn't really break the bank either. I mean, it was expensive, but it wasn't one of those things where unlike the bill coming in January for Christmas. So, which we bought a new bed. So,
yeah. I got a new toilet.
Did you?
Wow.
Well,
Santa brought us a toilet.
Well, that's okay. I didn't have that on here, but what was your favorite Christmas?
I got a new Kohler toilet.
Kohler. That's high living right there.
I know.
Wait, what bathroom is that?
Did you get the bidet?
Is that the Haunted Mansion bathroom?
Ensuite. No, different bathroom.
Does it have Madame Leota's face on the bottom? You can see on the
something to aim for.
What, a little bug at the bottom or something like
Madame Leota's face.
Throw some Cheerios in there.
That'd be funny if you could do that.
Yeah, we got a toilet. What about you?
My
guys?
brother-in-law has the Dallas Cowboys star at the bottom of his toilet. In his
Ooh,
that's
story.
Wow.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I think there's a reason why.
Is that a team he hates?
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
A toilet. Okay, that's something.
Michelle says Wisconsin potty.
Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, actually, that's funny because I bought my son, who came into home ownership in the last year or so, and he had one of those short toilets.
Yeah, the comfort height. Yeah.
You like
shorter
instead of taller? The taller ones.
No, he wanted the taller one.
Yeah.
You know what? It's hard to find the shorter ones. They're all higher because I think the population's aging.
That they realized that everybody didn't want
to squat down so low.
Potty talk here on INTERCOT.
What kind of toilet do you prefer?
This is so.
Do you like the round or the elongated?
Yeah, the more elongated.
I like the oblong one, personally. But
that
anyway.
sound effect was classic.
Yeah, that is.
We have the ones with the two different flush,
we have that too. Yeah,
that's very fancy.
The pee and the poop.
Yellow and brown.
One and two.
Save water
because we got that for his birthday. We got him a new toilet. Haven't
See?
installed it yet.
Happy
awesome.
birthday. He
I
has a
know, right?
toilet. That's awesome.
What?
It's funny when you get older, though. Those are the presents. you're
Yeah, he's like,
yes.
okay, cool. This would be nice. It's just like the other. I mean, I just fixed his dryer the other day.
Yeah.
I know. It's
those
like
are
dad's
the big
dad's
things.
amazing. For
Yeah.
$7, we fixed something that would have cost $500 if he had to go buy a new one.
Right.
So
Yep.
anyway, Carolyn, Christmas, Boxing Day.
Christmas. My husband, he got me from some eBay lot. I sent a picture to you guys Christmas morning. It's like a souvenir plate that you hang on the wall.
Yeah.
But it's Disneyland. It has the castle in the middle and then each of the lands,
Oh, nice.
like photos of it around.
I have that same one. Yeah.
And it's funny
that's really
because
cool.
the back of it still has, like the back of the plate still has teensy little holes drilled in it with like
Yeah.
this janky
Mine-
piece of cotton string
Oh,
that's still
you know what?
from the
So-
50s.
Mine has
Really?
little, like, there's actually the original has little brackets on it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Mine has little triangle metal brackets on it that
Okay.
like screw in there.
Yeah,
and then
mine
there's
is, you know how like a plate when it sits on the table, it kind of has
Yeah.
like a circle
Yeah.
that actually touches the table and it's like a little lip.
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
has like little holes drilled through that in a string, and it has a green price sticker on it, but the ink on the price sticker has all worn
wore off.
Yeah, so I got
Be
that,
fun to
and
see
then
how
I
much it
got a
was.
little Walt Disney World candy dish that has a picture of the Contemporary with the a monorail lime coming out of them.
Hmm.
So I got two little nice ancient relics.
Oh, so
from
they
Disney.
were retro, both of them.
Yeah,
So,
No, they're vintage, not
That's
retro.
vintage. Sorry, yeah, not
yes.
retro.
Vintage
Sorry.
Retro would
relics.
imply
You're
they
right.
were repops.
Retro would be a
were
reproduction.
vintage.
Yeah,
hmm
vintage. Okay.
They were really from the olden days. So
Ah.
yeah, I got those. I like those.
Ian, what
I
did you
probably
anything?
30.
You get anything good?
Yeah, I did actually. So I got a new car. It's actually almost a year ago now, and it has a spare tire on the back. And I really wanted a spare
Like a
tire
cover?
cover for it. Like, yeah, they have like there's like a custom one they build that has like the car name on the back and everything. And I
Okay.
really wanted one. And I just kept like, it was one of those things where like it was in my Amazon cart, and I was like, do I really need to spend this money on it? And then
It's not cheap, of course.
right before, it was not cheap. No, right before we left for Pennsylvania for Christmas, my wife's like, "Hey, I have a surprise for you," and so yeah.
Oh,
Is
so
it-
she's
is
probably
it a
saw it in your
hard-
cart.
A
Hard-
hard
Yeah,
cover?
I'll bet you it's a
It
hard
is,
one, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a shell cover kind of
It
thing.
is, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy with my Christmas present.
That's a good purchase.
Yeah, that's a great.
I like that. Hold on. I got to get talk
I
amongst
thought I had a
yourselves. I'm
picture
going to
of
go
it,
over
but
here and grab
I
it.
can't find it.
What color is your truck, Ian?
It's like gray,
And so
dark,
then,
very dark gray though.
So then, does the tire cover be the same color as the truck,
It's black.
or is it black? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
sharp.
like a complementary color.
Very sharp. What did you get, John?
Man, why do I not?
20,000 leagues under
Oh,
the
that's
sea.
neat.
That's cool. It's all rusty looking.
Oh,
with
that is
tentacles.
cool.
What is it though?
It's
it just to
it's
hang on the
actually
wall?
yeah, it's to hang on the wall or on your shelf, and it actually lights up. I can't. I it's I got a USB thingy
Cute.
that you can do. So this is from a repro of Tokyo Disneyland's
Oh,
20,000
cool.
Leagues Under the Sea, like their sign that they have. So
Where
yeah, my
on
son
earth
Andrew
did
got
you
that
find
for me.
something like
Yeah,
that?
it
Where would
looks.
he have ever found that?
I think
like
this
somebody
was-
just makes them
This
online?
might be an Etsy find. I'm gonna guess
Cool.
somebody probably 3D prints this and then hand paints it, and it's like there's a lot of detail in this
Yeah,
thing.
that it
I mean,
really
look
looks
at-
like it's
even on the top,
rusty
it's
and
got like
coppery.
barnacles over here and stuff. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
That's
So it's cool. Oh, and
That
then I
is cool.
proceeded as I was cutting it out of it to cut it apart, the wire.
Oops.
So I had to,
Uh-oh.
well, yeah, I just told him, I was like, well, I could fix that.
Yeah, it still works.
More permanently fix that. So that was my cool thing. So
Yeah, that is neat.
in 2025, I guess we are now. Don't forget to sign your
Wow.
checks with the correct year.
Checks.
Right.
Checks. I don't think I've written a check in like 5 years. It's been,
I have a checkbook. I think I write about
have
one or two of them a year.
Yeah, I write like
I-
one a year.
Yeah, I can't think of any that I've written in, I don't even know how long.
I have to do them because I've run our HOA's finances. So like I have to write checks for that. But like
Oh.
personal, like I said, maybe
Oh,
two.
actually, I did write one this year. I had to give my cousin's daughter a graduation present for high school, so I wrote one in June.
Okay, so
And then-
next one you got to remember to make it 25.
Right.
Oh, and then of course one to the IRS, which is that was for, you had to write checks for our passports too. So yeah, that was the
Oh,
I
see?
actually wrote a
Look
lot
at
of checks
that.
recently. Yeah,
Wow.
Wow, you
Yeah,
check
wow.
right,
Who knew?
man.
We're not dead yet.
That's my checkbook shouting from the drawer.
I'm still
We're not
alive.
irrelevant.
We're
We're
still
not irrelevant.
I
We
know,
are
right?
still
I
okay.
have it over here somewhere. Yeah. It's just silly. But yeah, and it's funny how something that was so common. Remember when you used to get behind somebody in the grocery store and you'd be like, oh, they pulled out the check.
2 forms
They were
of ID.
2 forms of ID. And
Write your phone number on there. and,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
go to those
oh
people.
God. Anyway, upcoming trips, plans, vacations. I mean, what you guys have any life goals this year? Places you want to go, things you want to
Life
do?
Life goals. I got
I don't
plenty of
know.
life goals. I won't attain any of them, but I have plenty of them.
I don't know. Like,
Well, my
places,
daughter's
bucket list
graduating.
items you're gonna check off the list or anything. I mean,
My daughter's graduating high school this year. The Blues
That's a
Lucky
big
girl.
one.
Big one.
So,
My daughter's
um,
graduating
what are you
college.
gonna do? Are you gonna do something
well,
special for that?
she says she wants to bring a friend to Florida.
That's a
So
cool one.
maybe that will be happening on the March break. I don't
That
know.
would be nice.
I don't know. I don't have any plans booked, but I tend to just watch for cheap flights and be like, I could probably get away in a couple weeks and go last minute. So I'm sure I'll be doing that,
Yeah,
but
That's
nothing
good.
planned. Yeah.
but no, nothing planned. No bucket list things, trips.
Nope. I'm a
Anything.
last minuter. What about you?
I mean, I'd knocked a couple off the list last year with
John's hoping not to travel anywhere.
Yeah, honestly, I was hoping it would slow down. I mean, I've definitely got another cruise through work again, which is going to be a Western Caribbean to Cozumel and
Oh, that's
and
just
good.
went there.
somewhere else out of Texas. Actually,
Hmm.
is where we'll be sailing. I'm literally headed to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh,
I'll be at CES and also
Yeah, right.
and we have a board meeting, planning meeting out there, and a conference and stuff like that. And then next month I'll be in Seattle. I mean, it's gearing up again. I'm like,
Same
Oh,
here.
that's
I'm the
pretty
same.
cool.
I gotta be in Indy.
you say it's
twice
pretty
in
cool.
January.
She says.
it is pretty cool to
It's
just be
not.
like, oh, I've got to go to
No, it's actually horrible.
Saskatchewan for business. I don't know. It just sounds. It
Business
just
travel
sounds-
is awful.
Ian understands. Actually, I did make kind of a pledge to myself this past year is that no more will I go to some place that I have not been before and not get out and actually
Yeah.
see something of significance in the town.
Yeah, I try and do that too. Yeah.
Like
What-
when you go on a business trip,
Yes.
does your company say, I don't even know, like, does your company say, okay, Friday at 2:00 you have to be here,
Yeah.
and Saturday you have to be here, and blah blah.
Yes.
But then do they build in like a lot of do what you want, free choice?
So yeah, peek behind the scenes as a director of communications for the world's largest technical professional society. Yeah, like we go to so we had a conference that we put on in Huntsville, Alabama, which it's like, okay, what's there? And apparently there's a huge space related center there, which was amazing. I think I posted some pictures of that online. But so, I have to staff this, I have to do setup and things like that. And then we have dinners with people who volunteer for the organization. I work for a volunteer driven organization. So we have to go out to dinners and we socialize with them. But the reality is there's still some spare time that you can do stuff if you want to, or you just break away from doing that. And so I went and saw some Christmas lights in Huntsville, Alabama at a garden center that had amazing walk through Christmas display, and it was fantastic, and got downtown actually this time, and ate at a restaurant and things like that. So
Okay.
yeah, I think that was my thing. Just wherever I'm going, do something.
Do something.
Even if it's a day out of a 4-day trip or whatever, do something. And I did that when I was traveling overseas, doing the video production that I did this year that took me to the Disney parks as well. Those were my personal days that I planned into the schedule.
That's fun.
So yeah, I mean it is, but it got old last year.
I guess, yeah.
I
If you're living
traveled
out
a
of a
lot.
suitcase for a long time, I just
Yeah.
think it sounds exciting to be like, I don't have to sit at my desk for the next 4 days. I can go and see the world.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know.
I never sit at my desk anyways. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a desk. I have my home desk.
But Ian, you traveled for work for a while.
I still do. I travel all the time.
Yeah. Well, not that one year where you were going to LA all the time.
Oh yeah, that was 2 years when I I mean, I used
Yeah.
to fly coast to coast like twice a month. Yeah, I did that for a long time. And then I traveled
insane.
overseas quite a bit. And
Yeah.
but this year was probably the most I've traveled in, I don't know, the last couple of years. Because I mean, we didn't really travel that much during the pandemic, obviously, but
Right.
I did a lot of travel this year, and I expect to do as much, if not more, next year. I have 2 trips already in January I have to take.
Yeah,
and then
I don't
got
see
Oh,
it.
wow.
It's already cranking up. Yeah. Plus, like for me, I'm in DC once a month too.
Yeah, I got to
'Cause
go to
that's
Salt
part of my
Lake in
deal.
February, and probably be in Vegas for Summit in March. And
Well, I will be here in Canada with my sister working at the desk behind me because we work at the same place.
Oh, you do now?
Yeah. Yeah, Jen works at the same office I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On the real estate team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Although I work from home 2 days a week, which is amazing.
Yeah, that I loved when I did that, and now I'm doing it all the time. So, but that was how I started. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, for upcoming trips, plans, vacations, I was just telling Ian, somehow we got to get to Key West this year. I really do want to go there. We had kind of a getaway weekend where we went to St. Augustine, which was really cool. Plus, the cruise we went on last year. We haven't planned anything out yet, but I would like to get back to the Walt Disney World area with my wife again. I think that would be cool.
Don McCarthy says in the chat, Magical Journeys booked me for my Disney cruise to Hawaii in February. That sounds awesome.
That does. And then Michelle said she's going to visit her bestie who retired in Ecuador.
Oh, that's exotic.
yeah, my mom went to Ecuador. She really liked it.
Yeah, that does.
Have the guinea pig.
And Bud says that he hates to say it, but he actually misses working. Yeah, there's something to be said about having a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Like the last week, it's been great. Not like our office has been closed for the last week.
Yeah.
But it does get boring after a while. Like it's
I
like
feel
now
like
what?
I've become a sloth. Like I laid in bed till 1 o'clock today, and then I did some laundry, and then I laid on the couch, and it's nice, but I'm starting to get bored. So
I understand. Ian, any plans this year? Any place you wanted to go, or?
Yeah, so we originally had a 2-week Greek Isles cruise planned for the summer, which would have been great. But my daughter got an internship in that she was too good to pass up. So she's spending the summer in San Jose, and she won't be able to take 2 weeks off to,
okay.
Obviously, a 12-week internship, it's not really realistic to take 2 weeks off. So,
right.
But we close for the week of July 4th. So we're going to fly out, pick her up in San Jose, and go to Hawaii for a week. So that's our big family trip for the summer this year.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That sounds amazing.
I would love to go to Hawaii, but I feel like I would go insane on the airplane.
Well, that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. We're going to fly to San Jose, which is like a little bit more than 5 hours. And then we'll spend the night there, and then the next morning we'll fly out.
How long a flight is it from the West Coast to Hawaii then?
It's like 5 hours. It's about the same flight from San Jose to Hawaii as it is from us to.
See, that's doable. I would do that.
Okay,
No,
so
I
5
I
and
would
5.
be like dreading that night in San Jose, being like, "Oh God, we got to do this
You
all
would
again
you wouldn't have
tomorrow."
lasted this year with me then.
No, I get really antsy flying from
Yeah.
here to Los Angeles or like Vegas or even like the 2.5 hour flight to Florida. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
We're done.
I like 5 hours. I can pretty much do without too much trouble, like because I did it so much before. I have it sort of down to a science. But
Yeah.
you get me over 5 hours, and I'm going to start like
Drinking.
Like I flew home from Prague one time, and it was like a 9.5 hour flight or something. That was a long time on a plane.
Japan was long this year. UK
Oh,
was
sure,
long.
I can't
So
sleep
yeah,
on
those
a
were.
plane. I can't.
Yeah, see, I can't either, Carolyn. So that's my
So then I'm
problem.
like trying to sit with my arms on the table in front of me, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't. So
Yeah, I had to take a red eye home from LA like 2 weeks ago, and like, I mean, I
I'm
couldn't.
doing
I
that
slept
from
for
Vegas.
maybe an hour.
Yeah,
and like the next day, I got home and I slept for like.
Were you in
6
coach
hours.
or were you in business?
No, I was in first class, but it still
and
was.
you still couldn't?
I mean, it's still just a straight up and down.
Oh, you
seat.
weren't. You
Like,
didn't have to lay flat.
No, nobody
yeah,
does lay flats
maybe
for
I
coast
saw
to coast.
I had that. Well, occasionally they have them, but not very often.
I mean, only if you get really lucky and your plane's going on to somewhere else.
Correct.
Like if you catch a flight from here to LA that's then going on to Asia, you might get lucky. But
yeah.
I did that
do it with those.
I did that to the UK, which I didn't think it was as good as I thought it was going to be. Although I loved having my own little pod.
Yeah,
but it was not as comfortable laying flat in those seats as I had hoped it would be. And quite frankly, my train ride from Scotland to the UK was better, like sleeping.
Yeah, those European trains are amazing.
Yeah.
Dawn, I would love to fly into JFK and then do direct to Hawaii with Hawaiian Air. That would be lovely.
Okay, well there you go.
But now,
I don't think you would want to do that because
then that would be like
hours.
You're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that would be super long.
I wonder if there's any direct from Toronto. But
sure
Ian, what island are you going to in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start in oh my God, Oahu, and then we're not sure what we're doing from there. Like we're going to have to like plan out a full itinerary, but we know we're going to Oahu first. My cousin lives out there, so like I have to get out to see him. He's on the Big Island, I think, and like I don't even remember. So we're going to hit we're probably going to hit 2 or 3. We're not going to go to all of them because we're only going to be there for like 8 or 9 days. So
yeah. Bud says try going from DC to Frankfurt in economy and then Frankfurt to Bangalore.
Where's Bangalore?
Oh, that's in India.
Yeah.
Oof.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Air Canada flies from Toronto to Honolulu, Carol.
There you go.
I bet it's
I'm
hours.
dreading. I think I have to go to Bangalore in December, so I'm dreading that flight. I'm actually just dreading that period.
Will they send you good seats for that? Are you allowed?
Yeah, if trips over 6 hours, I can book business class. So
yeah, same.
I'll get whatever
Same. Technically not first class, but I can book business class or it may even be premium economy or whatever, which is on international flights is like business. Go ahead.
Steerage class, Carolyn.
No, the best way
What
to travel
class?
is you get in the back seat of my car and I'll drive you to Florida.
Okay.
Well, I just drove home from
the
Pennsylvania.
Mom Express.
I just drove home from Pennsylvania. We left on Sunday morning, and like it wasn't that bad this time. Like when we did it last year to drive home, it was miserable.
It depends on the traffic. Really.
It was just miserable, but this time it wasn't too terrible. We were like really lazy on Sunday. We made it into like Maryland, which is like I don't know, maybe 80 to 90 miles from my mother's house, and we stopped at this rest stop, like because my daughter had to go to use a bathroom, and then we're like, well, let's get some coffee, like let's have breakfast. We ended up sitting in this rest stop in
was it one of the ones in the middle of the road?
Yeah, the one in the middle. We were there for like we were there for like an hour.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden we're like, wow, like we gotta go, and then
we need to go. Yeah.
We drove. We stopped like 4 times. We, you know,
But
we
no
had
traffic
like a
not bad?
sit down lunch, but traffic was not bad.
Well, that's
We made it
amazing.
all the way to Brunswick, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
And then we woke up. We had like 3 hours to get home. So
Well, there you go. That's not too bad.
yeah, it wasn't bad. But Carolyn's drive is a lot longer than mine.
Yeah. Well, it sounds a
20,
lot.
22 hours. I take the 22-hour way instead of the 20-hour way because there's more bathrooms and rest stops on.
Yeah, you know what?
I-75.
Sometimes it's worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's one shot. It's one highway. I
Yeah.
can just be driving and not have to pay attention to where I am or what I'm doing. And I've done it so many times that it's just second nature. So I don't mind it. I load up my phone full of Dateline NBC murder podcasts, and like before you know it, the time has flown by.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it having just done 14 hours on the train, Amtrak from Savannah to New York. I mean, that wasn't so bad.
No.
I mean,
it's not, the train's better. You can like get up and walk around.
Yeah, that's just it.
You're still making progress if you have to use the restroom.
But you're not driving.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't get stuck in. If you get stuck in traffic, like you kind of don't care because you just like can get up and walk around.
I even got McDonald's in DC. So
yeah,
I got off the train. We had a changeover. They changed from electric trains to diesel trains to go south or vice versa going north. And so there's about a half an hour to 45 minutes where you can do whatever you want. So I went up in the station and got some Mickey D's for breakfast. Nice. It was nice. Yeah.
So what things do you think are gonna come true or that
we only have 9 minutes left, Carolyn.
At the crystal ball. Thank you
Good
for
job. We get to
managing the delicate flow.
Yeah, the delicate flow needs to be managed.
I know what I want to happen.
Okay. Which is?
I want the Lightning Lane paid ridiculous prices to go away because that's silly. They jack up how long the lineups apparently are, but then when you go and line up, they're not that long. So maybe
I would say
that's ridiculous.
You think that's going to go away though?
Expensive one to stay and all the like day of ones like per ride to go. I want it to be more like universal. Yeah, you want to do Lightning Lane? Give us $400
to do it, and then everybody else.
Listen to capitalist Carolyn.
No, and then nobody else will do it. So then it's like only like
a handful of people
are doing that.
Okay. I mean,
that would be good.
I just feel like something's gonna come to fix that whole system around. At least I'm hoping, but that's my crystal ball.
Yeah, I agree that the standby lines often say like, oh, it's 90-minute wait, and it's not.
And then you go and it's like, that was only a 20-minute wait. What the heck?
And I wonder if it's because they want people to be like, oh my God, 90 minutes, we better buy the Lightning Lane.
Yeah. But I think people are catching on to that. That happened to us a lot when we were there last, that it was like, why is this saying this is an hour and a half wait when I can look at the line and be like, there's no way.
Absolutely. I timed it on at least when I was there with my wife on 3 or 4 different attractions, and wait time was half of what was up.
So do you think it's jacked up so that people will pay? I don't know. But I think people are catching on. So
I don't understand how it can be that inaccurate given that everybody has RFID tags.
Although well, not everybody wears their magic.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to have a card to tap in. That has RFID in it.
Not for standby.
Why
could be on your
standby
phone.
Lines?
No, but I'm just saying they can read your card once if you pass
you don't have to have
unless you have it.
I don't bring a card.
Okay, you have. How do you get into the park?
I just use my phone.
Right, so they can track your phone too.
The phone thing isn't going.
Yeah, but it's not broadcasting my annual pass unless I have it up.
It says a specific ID to it. They can track you. Absolutely.
Yeah, I suppose, but clearly the technology is not working accurately.
This is how when you go from cell tower to cell tower, they track your phone from one to another. They certainly can track your phone.
Because they haven't used those
cell
little
towers in line for Space Mountain, John.
There are readers that are able to do this via Bluetooth and also
I would be amazed if they have readers in the queue that read my cell phone. They may, but I would be very shocked.
I would not be surprised.
I don't think they do.
Regardless, you should still be able. A significant number of people actually have little room passes or whatever. That
I don't think they do that.
certainly-
Though. They're the latest, as far as I know, the way they measure the line is every once in a while they give somebody at the back of the line a card.
I've
and they go
not
up to the
seen
front of
that
the line.
I
anymore.
haven't seen
And
that.
they
in
say-
so
They don't
long.
do that
It just-
anymore.
I don't know. It just happened.
It used to be the
Maybe-
red card, that
Yeah,
they
that
would
little
hand to
red card.
somebody and do that, and they would beep it in and stuff like that.
Yeah, or
But
maybe now they just make it up.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm just saying, if you tap in anywhere to get into the parks or what, they should be able to track from the time that card gets in the line. It doesn't even have to be specific to a person, to the time that it gets to the front of the line. The RFID should be able to be read.
Jonathan in the chat says he's been very curious about the number of people who buy the Premier Pass. It's so ridiculous expensive, but I must admit it looks tempting. Of course, the Mega Millions was one in California, so my plan A for buying fell through.
Mine too. $60 worth of tickets.
I mean, it works for Universal having that.
But Universal's is a little different though. Like, I don't.
Yeah, you
theirs
can
is
do
like
things like
legitimate,
one,
like front of the line access, really, and like.
But
it's
it
not
would
like
be
this
if
one.
only a few people were buying a $400.
Yeah, that's
pass.
true. But what I heard, I heard. I don't remember what day it was. It might have been Christmas, or I don't remember. But they actually sold out of them.
Wow.
So I think they're moving at least a little bit.
My wish for 2025.
I will not be buying.
Or crystal ball. Yep.
Crystal ball / wish. They are working on the new test track, and I think I said this before. So it said there would be nods to World of Motion, whatever that means. But
hoping the nods are good.
I'm hoping that it's dark ride scenes, not just like look at what anti-lock brakes can do. But like a scene of like how it was before.
Watch
like,
your car power up. Great. Okay. Thanks.
No,
with a
but
big screen TV.
I think it's timeless. If they keep it as the history of transportation, that's not going to change.
That would be nice.
End up in the future.
And then you end up in the future. And I did see a picture too, and it's only concept art, so some artist drew this. But it was weird that it was a picture of a yellow test track car on the track, but it was turned like an Omni mover. I wish I saved the picture.
Oh, there's no way they're doing that.
I know there's probably no way in heck they would do that. But wouldn't that be neat?
It would be.
If your car wasn't just going straight down the road, but could turn like an Omni mover to like,
face
look
a
at
scene or
scenes.
something.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sure that was just some computer AI drawing it that messed that up. But I would like to see some more animatronics that are like when you would like look and it would be like a gag.
Yeah, they had those in World.
So like the guy that was
in World of Motion.
World of Motion, and he's pumping the bicycle tire, and there's
pulling
like
the horse.
Yeah, and there's a bubble in the line of the air tube pumping the tire because he's too busy watching his girlfriend getting hit on by some other handsome
and there's a big
pilot
bubble.
or something, and it's a big bubble. Yeah, like just simple things that you go by and you're like, oh,
that's funny.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my hope. I hope that it's not just look at your car has OnStar.
We're going to test anti-lock brakes now.
Woo!
What about the North Star system?
Okay. I know.
It's always fun.
Ian, you?
What's the thing? What's the category?
Your crystal ball.
Predictions or
What is your
crystal ball or things you want to see? Or
I'm not even going to say anything that I want to see because nothing that I want to see will happen. So we'll just forget about that. My crystal ball.
Yeah.
I think you want a bold prediction? I'll give you a bold prediction.
I
think everything that Disney says is going to open this year will open on time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
The Pirate Lounge.
Okay.
I think the Big Thunder refurb will come back on time. Test track will open on time.
Okay.
And what's the other big one? What am I missing?
Test
Pirate
track.
Lounge, Epcot Lounge. I guess that's it. Oh no, and
The
the
Test Track
Zootopia
Lounge.
and the
And
Zootopia movie.
Zootopia. Yeah, well, I think those are all pretty safe bets.
That's what I'm
That's-
gonna go bold and say they all open on time.
That's
Everything they
unusually
say is gonna happen this
optimistic
year.
for
will.
Ian.
Yeah, but I think if you go anything beyond that that's been announced, then
That's a different question.
who knows?
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day because I was saying, like, people were all excited when they were like, "Oh, Dinosaur's going to be open all through 2025," and I was like, "So you have no
So,
plans to start any of that
We're
construction
not
until
doing any of that till
2026?"
26.
And we know what that means, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
if they have a bad year in 2025, all of a sudden everything's going to go on.
It's like, yeah, it'll be
Why
put
can't
on
I get
hold.
It'll go
Where's your
on.
kids?
My
Get your-
fingers are not working. On hold. Like the
Laser.
Mary Poppins attraction in Epcot that's been on
Right.
hold for like
Or
5
like,
years.
Or
quite
space-
frankly, Spaceship Earth,
Yeah,
which I
Or the
really
Play
did want to see
Pavilion.
redone.
that's
know.
being held together with
Play
Scott.
Oh my
Pavilion.
God, Spaceship
Done.
Earth needs to be completely like just rebuilt.
Especially
I'm gonna
'cause it's the big
that'll be my. I'm gonna
thing.
say that's going to be announced. By the way, that
That's
they are
yours?
going to
Okay.
announce sometime next year when that's happening, and it'll be in 2026, 27.
They'll start construction.
That
They'll
would be
start.
nice.
It won't
Well,
be
it'll go
done.
down probably in 26, but I
Be
think
back by
I
29.
think it's inevitable that to Ian's point, that attraction every time you go on, it just sounds worse and worse,
Dun-dun.
and
And the back
a
half
number
of
of
it
times
is
it stops. And
it's
yeah,
the back half is
awful.
god awful.
It's
just
awful.
embarrassingly bad.
Those screens were a bad idea from
Yeah.
day one. We said
And
it here on this podcast.
It did not age well at
No,
all.
it did
It's
not.
Like
All that-
really corny and silly,
you know what?
and like
All that
just like,
interactive crap got pulled from every other attraction pretty much. Whether it be Pooh had tons of stuff that they added. Space Mountain had all those games that you used to play.
yeah, all that got yanked out.
All
yeah.
the stuff that was in the queue that they put in for Big Thunder Mountain, nobody uses it.
Most of it doesn't work.
Doesn't
And
work.
most of it doesn't work
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean,
all
that's the
that
problem.
stuff.
They just don't maintain it. So they put it in and then it just stops working. And eventually you just walk past it.
Yeah. So all that. So I think, maybe Spaceship Earth gets
All right.
gets a little love in
That'd be a nice thought.
the next year. Well, we know the monorails aren't going to be replaced. I'm not betting Justin again.
Well,
on that
technically, they've all been
one. Refurbed.
replaced, modernized.
Yeah.
The interiors.
They're still-
Supposedly, the third phase of this refurb is going to be self-driving monorails, is what they claim.
That's what they've been saying for a while. Quite frankly, it happened.
They're still working their way through phase 2 of the refurb. I think they have like 2 trains left to go, but then supposedly they're going to start on the third one. So,
Well, I mean, Vegas,
I don't know. I'm not
essentially
sure
same sort of line where they originally used the old cars from Disney is now all self-driving. There are no
the airport has had a
Driving.
self-driving monorail
Yeah.
since I can remember.
I know.
so-
I'm kind of shocked that they don't, but I think that involves putting in some automated gates and things like that
You
too.
mean
And
to tell me that Buddy Dyer is not in the front of the MCO monorail?
Driving the
Yes, he
monorail.
is.
Orlando Mayor.
I thought
Buddy
he
Dyer.
had his little microphone.
I'm Orlando Mayor.
Oh,
Buddy
Orlando
Dyer.
Mayor.
Hello, folks.
Bud.
This is Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer.
Oh, don't you?
Whether you're here to
When
experience
he
our
gets
world-class
unelected
attractions,
and somebody else takes over, I'm gonna be real sad.
It's going to be sad. It's going to be like when
I
they
don't know
changed
what
the
his
voice of the
politics
monorails.
are. I
too.
don't know anything. All I know is it's
From,
Buddy Dyer.
what was the guy? Jack. What was
Jack
his name?
Jack
He was a
something.
soap opera star.
Yeah,
Wagner.
Jack Wagner.
Jack Wagner. Yeah, that's it. Jack Wagner. Yeah.
they changed it from him to the other guy, and now it's just like
Just to
I
be
don't
clear,
even know
it
what
was
it is.
a different Jack Wagner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a different, but that was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was. I thought it was that guy.
No.
Because
Really?
the Jack
Jack
Wagner soap opera, he was
all I
cute.
need. Didn't he sing
Yeah,
that song?
he
All I
sang
need.
All
I need is just a little more time.
to
To
be
be
sure.
sure
What I need.
Yeah. That's different than welcome to the Matterhorn bobsled. That's a different Jack Wagner.
Oh my gosh, that is
You
funny.
go ahead and Google it, but
I am. I'm looking it up.
All right. Well,
Jack Wagner.
while you're
from
doing
soap
that, I'm
operas
starting.
is
You
like
got limited
glory.
time. I'm rolling
That's
the
all right.
credits.
We'll save that for the next podcast. It's not easy to
I think you can do it. But while I thank our sponsor, Magical
I
Journeys.
got you.
Yeah, she's Googling. MagicalJourneysTravel.com. Visit them, start planning your vacation
Carolyn is
adventure for
correct.
the new year.
Not the same Jack Wagner.
It's not the same Jack Wagner. We knew this.
It should have been, though. Would have been a cooler story if it was.
Jack Wagner from Disneyland died in 1995.
He did,
Aw,
which is probably why they
probably
replaced
why
him.
they had to
They couldn't.
have the other
Yeah.
dude do the stuff.
Yeah,
It's probably AI
now.
now.
The
I'm just
Jack
guessing.
Wagner,
Yeah,
the soap
all
opera
AI.
guy, is still alive.
I think we ought to just let the monorail drivers talk again.
Yeah.
I think
Or
we ought to
Buddy
go back to
Dyer.
that.
Let's
Yeah.
get Buddy Dyer in there if he's not the mayor anymore one day.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning in to the INTERCOT Insider Live, episode 174, first episode of the year. Hopefully, we'll be a little more consistent than we were at the end of the year. But it's been good talking to you twice within a couple weeks. And hopefully, we'll have some good stuff to continue talking to you about through the year. Bud says, lure the bus drivers talk again too. I'm with you,
Let the
Bud.
bus drivers, yeah.
I'm with you. I think bring back the human element. I think in
Yeah,
this
we
world
used
of AI,
We used to get all our good rumors from the bus drivers, remember?
this is true. Do you remember that? You used to go wherever and they'd be like,
Mhm.
and we've heard that they're going to be doing this or that over here. And
Yeah, the bus drivers were always
Bus
a
drivers.
great.
right, the source of information.
They know.
That's great. Yeah, anyway, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you for visiting intercot.com. Yeah, we do have a website and we've got discussion boards over there. Head on over. There's been some activity in the last few days, people posting and commenting on things, and follow along with us on social media. Whatever your platform may be, will be there. So for Ian, Jen, Carolyn, I am still John. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.